Hi everyone, Slangel here from Slangel Designs. Today our video is going to be a little different in the sense that this is a part one. This is going to be a multi-part series because today we are going to start working on a teddy bear. And the teddy bear is done in sections and then assembled. So the videos are going to focus on certain sections. Some will be a little longer than others, but at the end you'll have the videos so that you can make your own. And as well, I will put in the description a link to the pattern, free PDF that you can download, okay? So if you needed to get that and follow along, you're more than welcome. Today, it recommends a hook size 4.25 millimeter or a USG, but today I'm using a 4.5. I just found it works a little better. Makes the bear a little bit bigger. If you use the 4.25, it's going to be about 12 inches tall, okay? But you can literally use whatever size hook you want. I've used a 5, I've used a 6. It'll just adjust the size of the bear. The bear still works out well. You'll just need a bit more yarn, okay? So if you're using up scraps of yarn that you've got, go ahead. It's very flexible, okay? So if you're following the instructions though, you will need, it'll take roughly 1 full ball of the Craftsmart Value Michaels brand yarn in the color of your choice, as well as enough to make the muzzle and the accent colors on the feet. So I have today, I happen to have a couple of the balls of the Loops and Thread Impeccable. So it's a worsted weight number 4 yarn as well. So I'm just going to use what I have on hand. And I have some brown of the Craftsmart for the muzzle and the feet. You will also need some ribbon to tie around the neck if you choose to. Depending on who you're making this for, if it's for somebody like a small little one, that for safety's sake you may opt not to put the ribbon around the neck. Same as I have that I got off Amazon, the plastic safety eyes, because I make a fair number of these bears for people. I have the plastic safety eyes, but I always find out how old the person is if it's a child, because if they're under a certain age, I just stitch the eyes on with black yarn. Better to be safe than sorry. And I always give the option to the person who's, if they're ordering a bear for me, I'm like, if the child's of a certain age, would you prefer if I not use the safety eyes and put the yarn? Or which would you like? It's your choosing, but do so at your own risk if you choose the eyes. I'm giving you the option. So it also says you need a stitch marker, and I'm not using anything fancy. I'm just going to use a contrasting piece of yarn just so that you can see. I'll explain to you what I normally do as I'm going. Usually I just use a really long tail at the beginning and weave that in through my project, and it's hidden. But I'm going to use this and then I'll pull it out at the end so it doesn't show. You're going to need polyfill stuffing for stuffing the bear parts. Now, a tip I learned a while ago, and this is really great, because sometimes depending on where you're getting your stuffing, it can add up pretty quick. Walmart sells, I think it's called Blue Whale pillows for like $4 and something. Buy those, cut them open, use the stuffing, works just as well, and a pillow will do your bear. So it's a cheap alternative if you don't need like big bags of it. So super simple, and of course your scissors and a needle for sewing things together and hiding any of your ends. So nothing really fancy here in the pattern abbreviations. The chain, the slip stitch, single crochet decrease, half double crochet, magic ring, which might be new for some people because I haven't gone over that yet, but you'll see me do that, and if need be I can make a more detailed video just on that. When you're looking at the pattern, at the end of each round you're going to see a number in brackets, and that is the number of stitches you should have at the end of your round or row. And again, I'll explain that as we're going. You'll see that in practice when we're doing things up here. And FO just means finish off. Finish off, doesn't mean anything else. So the bear parts, when you're making them, are done in continuous rounds. It doesn't mean you're going to join in each round and then chain to go on to the next one. When you reach the end of the row, end of the round, you're just going to keep on going. And you'll see that again in practice here. Please do not stuff anything until you have all your parts made. That will save you a ton of grief, because once you get things done, you're going to stuff things in a certain order and assemble them in a certain order. And especially when it comes to the head, for the muzzle placement and where you're going to put the eyes, and you're going to stitch the nose and the little line for the mouth. And then you're going to stuff things in a certain order so it's easier to put the ears on and stuff. And you'll see when we're getting to that part, okay? So no real other notes. The PDF will be up in a link here shortly. I may have to edit the PDF as I create the videos, just because I want to add some more detail to the PDF. And it'll be easier for me to take some pictures to include as I'm doing some of this stuff here, okay? And obviously when we get to the part on the video about the ears and the feet and the legs and stuff, you're gonna have to make 2 of each. I'll only show you how to make 1 because the 2 ears, each ear is the same, each leg and each arm are the same, okay? So I'll be showing you how to do 1, and if you need to, you can go back and watch the video while you're making your second one. So let me just get some of this stuff out of the way so it's not going to be bothering me. So this one will be focusing on just the head. Now I have my yarn, which I need to find the end of. Here we go. So to make, it says for the head, we're going to start off with a magic ring. To make a magic ring, what we've normally been doing when we're doing granny squares or starting a project is just chaining and then slip stitching the chain together to make like a loop. A magic ring will actually help you close in so you don't have that hole in the middle, and it makes a nice tight loop, okay? So you don't have the hole. So for a magic ring, I like to leave a long tail, okay, a fairly long one. I say I got about a foot there. And I'll explain why I do it that long when I'm making this bear. So you're going to loop over. It doesn't matter how big you make it because you're going to pull this at the end to close it. So I have here, I'm going to have my loop. I'm going to put my hook in while I'm holding this and pull up the yarn underneath the ring. Trying to get it, hold it, there we go. So you can see how I did that. I'll do it again. We have the yarn kind of looped as if you're going to make a slip knot, but you're not. So you stop there, put your hook in, and then just do a slip knot there. Okay, so now we've not knotted anything together, and now it's going to tell you to put 6 single crochets in the magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, piece of cat hair, and 6. Now, you've got this all open. The beauty of the magic ring, your tail, pull it, and it closes it all up tight. Then what you're going to, this is why I would have this nice long tail. I know where this tail is the start of my round. So I would move it to the front and then start working in my next one. But for the sake of being able to show you guys more easily, I'm also going to put a navy one in there just so you can see a little bit better, okay? So now it wants us for round 2, because that was round 1. Oh, sorry, that was to start. So now for round 1, it wants us to put 2 single crochets in each stitch around. So we'd have a total of 12, because right now we have the 6, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I just count back just to double check to make sure where I'm starting. We're going to put 2 in there. You notice we didn't connect the first row when we did our 6 single crochets. This yarn is not cooperating. All right, so that's 1, 2, 2, that's the first one. So then 2 single crochets into the next stitch, 1, 2, and we're going to keep doing that until we get back to the beginning. And the beauty of the magic ring beginning is if it starts to loosen up a little bit, which you can see mine's doing. Let me just get the last 2 in here and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So you can grab that tail and give it another little pull just to tighten it up. And this is why I leave the tail and weave it in and out, to hold it and keep it from loosening. So we've gotten back to the beginning. So we should have 12 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We do, and that's what it says in the brackets on the pattern. So that ends round 1. So for round 2, we're going to move our marker up. For round 2, it wants us to put 2 single crochet in the next. 1, 2, but then just 1 in the next one. And what this is gonna, that's your pattern to go all the way around. 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet in the next. That's gonna make our circle a little bit bigger, but it's gonna make it uniform around and symmetrical. So then 2 single crochets, followed by 1 in the next. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and 1, and that's bringing us back to where we started before. And if we need to, we can count our stitches. So according to this, we should have 18. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We do. So if you need to, give your tail a little tug to make sure your circle's good and tight at the top, because this is going to be the top of the bear's head, okay? So then we're going to pull our tails to the front. Then we're going into round 3, which is 2 single crochets in the next section, next stitch. 1, 2, and again, please note you're not joining your stitches at the end of that round and then chaining to get up to the next. You're just continuing on. It's done in a round. It's not joined at all, right? So then we're going to single crochet 1 stitch in the next 2 stitches, and that's the pattern repeat for a round. 2 double crochet in 1, single crochet in the next 2, and again that'll start growing our circle concentrically around. So I'm going to go a little faster here. My yarn keeps getting caught. So I'm on the 2 and 1 here. Single crochet in each of the next 2. 2 in the next. Single crochet in the next 2. 2 single crochets in the next stitch. And then a single crochet in each of the next 2, which will bring us back to the beginning. And if you need to, you can count your stitches around. You should have 24. I'm not going to worry about counting them right now. You've seen how I've done it, so if you need to, count back. And if you see an error, until you're used to what you're doing, it never hurts to go back and just check your stitch count, because better to check it early and catch something early. All right, so now for round 4, we're going to single crochet, 2 single crochet in the next stitch, but then we're going to single crochet just once in the next 3. So here we go. So 2 single crochet, And see, you can kind of see the blue showing through, but this is why I like to leave the long tail of the color of the yarn that you're working with, so that it can kind of hide it. Okay, so then single crochet in each of the next two, actually the next three, because we're on to the next round. Two single crochets in the next stitch, a single crochet in each of the next three, two single crochets in the next one, and then a single crochet in the next three. And this is what we're going to repeat all the way around to make that circle bigger, make this bear's head get a little bigger. And then three single crochets in a row, two single crochets in the next stitch, one, two, three single crochets in a row, two single crochets, and then one, two, three single crochets in a row, which brings us back to our next. Now, I should have 30 stitches. I didn't check the last row, but let's just double check this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Oh, just a second now. I kind of lost count as I went around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Perfect. We have the 30. Sorry if you can hear. My son's in there having a great time. I don't know if it's coming through on the microphone or not. All right, so that's round 4. So now for round 5, we're going to do the same. We're going to do 2 single crochets in the next stitch, but then we're just going to single crochet 4. You can kind of see the pattern that's developing here. Okay. All right. So 1, 2, and then 4 single crochets in a row. Two more single crochets in the same stitch, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 single crochets in the same stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put my yarn down there because it's easier to unwind a bit. All right, so now 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then a single crochet in the next 4. Two single crochets, single crochet in the next 4. Two single crochet and single crochet in the next 4 to bring us to the end of the round. And that finishes round 5. So for round 6, you're going to move your stitch marker up. We're going to put 2 single crochets in the next stitch and single crochet 5. So, whoop, 1, 2, and then in the next 5 a single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 single crochets. So keep doing this around until you get back to the beginning, and I'll meet you there and we'll pick up onto the next round, okay? Okay, we're back at the beginning of our round. We just finished round 6. One thing I do want to point out to you, when you're using your stitch marker and you're working in a round and you're making a circle, do not panic when it doesn't go in a straight line, because the nature of the circle and how you're increasing your stitches, that doesn't allow for a straight line. So this is totally normal, okay? If we kept going and kept getting bigger and bigger, like say if we're making a hat, it's gonna keep kind of coming out at a bit of a arc. Totally normal, okay? Don't worry about that. The first few times I was doing it, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Why isn't it straight? But that's just not how she goes. All right, so bring your stitch markers up. Now we're on to round 7, which is 2 single crochet in the first, and then you're going to single crochet and then 1 single crochet in the next 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then 2 double crochet in the next one, followed by another single crochet in the next 6, and that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is our repeat around. So work your 2 single crochet in 1 stitch followed by 6 single crochet until you get around to the start of the round, and I will meet you back and we'll work on round 8. Okay, we have reached the end of round 7. So when you get to the end here, you're going to move your stitch marker up, and for round 8 it wants us to put 2 single crochets in the next stitch to start our repeat here. Oh, my yarn has split. All right, so 2 single crochets, so 1, 2, but then we're going to do a single crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're going to do the 2 single crochet in the same stitch, and then 7 more single crochets in each of the, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and you're going to repeat your 2 single crochets in 1 stitch followed by single crochet in each of the next 7 all the way around until you get to the start of your round. So if you want to do that and meet me there, we'll pick up for round 9. See you in a second. All right, that brings us to the end of round 8. So if you want to just, if you haven't been, just double check that you've got, you should have 54 stitches around. So just double check that before you go ahead to round 9, just so you know if you're on the right track. You should be. I have all the faith in the world that you do. So now we're going to move our stitch marker up, and we're going to put 2 single crochets in the next stitch to start round 9. And then we are going to single crochet in each of the next 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to do our repeat. So then we're going to do 2 single crochets in the next, followed by the 8 8 stitches, we're going to single crochet in each of the next 8. So pause the video and get your way around to the start of the round again by doing your repeat, and I'll meet you there and we'll pick up for round 10. Okay, we're back and we just finished round 9. So round 10 you're going to notice is a little different, okay? So move your stitch markers up, and we're going to do 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and I'm going to do this whole round with you, okay? So we're doing the 2 single crochet, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 19. So it's a little different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. And it's going to start curving a little bit. That's normal. You just want to make sure that you're keeping your good side kind of facing you. So now we're going to do 2 single crochets in the next stitch. 1, 2, and then we're going to do 19. We're going to single crochet in the next 19 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So now we're going to put 2 single crochets in the next stitch. So this row, you're only going to increase your number of stitches by 3. So that's why. So then we should have 19 stitches to get to our end. So we're going to do those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. And that brings us to the end of round 10. So we're going to move our stitch marker up a little bit there. Now, round 11. Once again, kind of similar to the last one. We're only going to be increasing by 3 stitches again. So we're going to do 2 double crochets in the next stitch, or 2 single crochets, sorry, in the next stitch. Then we're going to single crochet in each of the next 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And I want to double check that because I'm not sure if I count that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I did. So again, the repeats, 2 double crochets in the first stitch, and then single crochet in each of the next 20. So repeat that going around until you get to the end of your row, okay? And I'll meet you back here, so pause the video and I'll see you there. Okay, welcome back. So we just finished round 11. So if you double check, you should have 66 stitches around. Now, for the next 11 rows, or next 11 rounds, for rounds 12 to 22, you are literally going to single crochet in each stitch going around. And this is where you're going to find it's going to start curving, because you're going to start just making a band. So move your stitch marker up at the end of every round and single crochet around for the next 11 rows. And I'll meet you back here for round 23, because single crochet is pretty straightforward, and you're just going to do 1 in each stitch. So you're going to go single crochet around for 66, then 66 and 66, and I'll meet you back here after you do 11 rounds, okay? See you soon. Okay, so we just finished doing rounds 12 to 22, which were just single crocheting all the way around. So you end up what looks like essentially a hat, but what we're going to do now is we're going to start our decrease rounds, which is essentially we're going to be doing the exact opposite to what we did down here where we were increasing. You can still see where I have my stitch marker to keep track of my rows. So now we're going to, for round 23, we're going to single crochet decrease, which is just another way of saying single crochet 2 together. You're going to combine the first 2 stitches. So I zoomed the camera out a little bit just because the project's getting a little bigger and I wanted you to be able to see everything. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your hook in and pull through as if you're going to do a single crochet, but you're going to stop there, and then you're going to put your hook in the next one and bring it up like you're doing another. So you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through, and you just single crochet 2 together, or you single crochet decreased as it says in the pattern. Now you're going to crochet in the next 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So then our repeat is we're going to single crochet decrease, so single crochet 2 together. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on your hook, into the next stitch, put your hook through, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, you've just done your decrease. Then you're going to single crochet in the next 20 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So then we're going to do our single crochet decrease. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through with your 2 loops on your hook into the next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and that's the decrease. All right, so now we should have 20 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We do, so we're just going to single crochet to the end of that. So again, the PDF pattern that I'm going to put up when this video is posted isn't going to have all the pictures and the assembly instructions included, but I wanted to put it up early just so that if you wanted to work on this as the videos get posted, you can. But as it goes on, I will edit and re-upload the PDF just so that the updated versions are there, and eventually it'll be a complete PDF with all the instructions and pictures and the assembly as well. But I thought I could at least temporarily put just the basic PDF with the instructions. All right, that way you can follow along and perhaps work on yours as you're watching the videos. So now for round 24, these are all decrease rows. We're going to do a decrease, a single crochet decrease, followed by 19 single crochets. So to do our decrease, we're going to insert our hook, yarn over and pull through, insert our hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through again. So we have our 3 loops, single, and then yarn over and pull through all. That decreases the stitch. So I'm going to single crochet in the next 19 and continue the repeat till I get around, which would be, so single crochet decrease, single crochet 19, single crochet decrease 19. So if you want to pause the video there and then meet me around when you reach the end, and we'll move on to round 25. Right back. Okay, I just reached the end, and so round 24 is done, and we've decreased our stitches. So now when you move on to round 25, you're going to notice, instead of it being a big number of the single crochets in between the decreases, we're going to do our single crochet decrease. So we're going to insert, pull through, insert and pull through for our 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all 3, but then we're only going to single crochet in the next 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to do our decrease, and then we're going to repeat around with single crocheting 8, decrease, single crochet, 8, decrease. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, decrease, and then we're going to repeat that around, and I'll meet you back here for the start of the next round. Okay, so finished round 25. We did our single crochet decrease followed by 8 single crochets all the way around. Now for round 26, we're going to do a decrease. So hook in the first stitch, yarn over, pull through, hook into the second stitch, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Then what we're going to do is single crochet in the next 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, single crochet decrease, followed by another single crochet in the next 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a decrease. And we're going to repeat around, and I'll meet you at the end of the round if you want to pause the video, and then we'll move on to round 27. Be right back. Okay, so I finished round 26. So moving into round 27, we're still doing our decrease. So for the first part of the repeat, you're going to do your single crochet decrease, which is single crocheting 2 together. Then you're going to single crochet in the next 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So then the repeat is we're going to single crochet decrease, which is single crocheting 2 together, and single crochet in the next 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, single crochet decrease, and then we're going to keep working around with that repeat of the single crochet decrease, single crochet in the next 6, and I'll meet you back at the beginning for round 28. Pause your video here and press play when you're ready. Okay, so round 27 is done, so moving on to round 28. And if you've been double checking your stitches, you should have 42 stitches around right now, okay? So moving my stitch marker up, we're going to do round 28, which is a single crochet decrease, single crochet in the next 5 stitch, repeat. So hook in, yarn over, pull through, hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 to do our decrease. Then we're going to single crochet in the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do a decrease, and then into the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we'll do a decrease, and we'll continue that around till I'll meet you at the beginning of the round, and we'll finish off with round 29, which is our last round. So pause your video and press play when you get to the beginning there again. Okay, we're back. So we just finished round 28. So we should have 36 stitches on in our round. So this is the final round of decrease here. It's the final round actually of this part of the head. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a repeat of a single crochet decrease and single crochet in the next 4 around. Do a decrease and single crochet in the next 4. Do a decrease and then 4. So you're just doing the exact opposite of, you're decreasing the size of the circle as opposed to increasing it like we did when we started out. So we'll do a decrease, 2, 3, 4, and we're coming up towards the end, so I'm just going to keep on going here. Decrease, 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease, and then the last 4 single crochets. Then what it wants you to do, after your last single crochet, it wants you to slip stitch into the first stitch to complete the round. So we're just going to get my scissors. I'm going to cut off and leave about 3 to 4 inches, and we're going to slip stitch and pull it through and secure it. Now that completes this part of the head, and it doesn't look like much, but once you get it stuffed, it does round out quite nicely. Now it looks like you've got a large opening. There's a method to the madness here. There's 30 stitches around here for the bottom of the head. This is where the bottom is going to be. This is where it's going to attach to the body of the bear. Now what's interesting is the actual body part also has 30 stitches opening. So when you go to put it on, you're going to stitch the 30 stitches here and line them up with the 30 stitches on the body. And that when we come to assembly, I'll show you. So for this part here, this is going to end this part of the head. The next one's going to be the ears and the muzzle. That'll be the next video. What I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to remove my navy stitch marker, because I'm not going to need that. I might be able to just I can just pull it right out. Look at that. But I'm going to leave and weave these ends in, and see what I'm saying. When I use a long tail of the yarn I'm using, you don't see it, and it keeps that magic ring nice and tight at the top. Okay, so this is part 1, and that is going to be your bear head. So then the ears are going to go on either side, and then we're going to put the muzzle and put in the eyes, and then he'll have a little body and everything and arms and that. But that's the head. It's not too complicated. And again, once you get the stuffing and that in there, it fills out nicely. All right, and the reason you use the single crochets is so that you don't have much spreading and you don't see through it very well. All right. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And again, PDF will be uploaded, but it won't be complete in the sense that there won't be pictures or the assembly instructions yet, but the instructions for each part of the body will be there, okay? In case you want to work along while we're working on it. So that's it for today. Take care, happy crocheting, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.